Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show in snowboarding when we want it to be. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to talk about the top 5 rookie moves you're making. That's right, you're a beginner, you're going snowboarding. These are the big mistakes that I've seen you make all season long, and I know it's the spring. So I've had a whole season to watch you make these mistakes. And I do mean you, the one person that's getting offended, thumbs downing this video, and typing in all caps lock. You know who you are. Number 5, your wide ass Shaun White stance. I don't know how you did it, but you got a 32-inch stance on a 147. You don't know how to turn, and you're just sitting there super wide, just sort of swizzling around the resort, getting in the way, side slipping, falling over. You can't leverage the board or turn. I don't know where this trend came back from, because it was a trend in the past, but it's returned. You people with your super wide stances, it's not helping you at all. Bring your stance in a little bit. Rule of thumb, about an inch wider than your shoulders. Look at that reference stance on your snowboard, unless you got one of those weird European boards that has a reference stance of like 24 inches. 21 to 22 inches. It's about where you need to be for most average sized people. If you're a little bit smaller, bring it in a little bit more, and if you're a little bit taller, take it out just a little bit. But some of you guys, seriously, you got almost 3 feet gap between your feet. You can't turn that board, and let alone learn the fundamentals at all. You're basically just sitting on it going like this. Oh, side slipping. Don't do that, people. Don't do it. Number 4, you skidded a turn. It's time to go ride expert only terrain. You know how to read. I know you know how to read, and even if you don't know how to read, you should know how to look at the pictures and go, maybe this isn't for me. But for some reason, every time I'm at Copper Mountain and I'm going out lower Enchanted on the goat path, there's one of you that doesn't understand how to ride, sitting down on a path that's seriously this wide, going, go around me. Well, you know what's around you? Rocks. There's why there's a path. That's it, right there. That little path. But for some reason, you skidded a turn, you think you're an expert, and you can go do it. Just because you're the best one of your friends group does not mean you're good enough to do that. Understand to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Some of you are just out there, willy-nilly, just throwing caution to the wind. Riding terrain you shouldn't be on. And then you get pissed off when we tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't be out here because you're going to hurt yourself or get someone hurt. And then you hurt yourself, but you want to blame us. You're like, well, you cut me off. No, son, I didn't cut you off. That was literally the only safe area to go to. And I had 2 choices, run into you or go around you. And I went around you with a lot of speed. You're like the person in the left lane doing 20 miles per hour under the speed limit. I know it's smoother over there. Doesn't make it any safer for you to be over there. Get the fuck in your lane, okay? Number 3, buying or demoing gear so far beyond your level and ability that it's eating you alive. I see it. You know it's true, but you want to deny it, and you're like, I'm gonna muscle on through. Yeah, cool, dude. You went snowboarding 2 times, and you friggin' bought a Capita Mega Mercury. You're my friggin' hero. Or you bought, I don't know, a ride commissioner. You bought something so far beyond your ability level because you're like, I'll grow into it. It'll be better for me. And if I ride the highest end stuff and I pay more for it, it'll make me a better rider. No, dude, you don't have fundamentals at all. You know who you are. Seriously, I see you people leaving comments on all the reviews that I do going, well, if I think I'm going to be this way in 5 years, should I buy it now? No, you go 5 days a year. Buy a board that works with your ability level. You're not going to max it out in that 5 years. I mean, 5 years, 5 days, that's 25 days. Let's be real here. I clock over 100 and something, and there's a lot of boards that are really high end that I won't even ride unless I'm doing a review on it. You aren't getting the most out of it. It's not making you a better rider, so stop it. Stop it. Just be real with yourself. I remember when I used to work in the rental shop, people would be like, I'm a type 3 snowboarder. And I'm like, yeah, Lake of the Ozarks. A lot of snowboarding out there, huh? I go snowboarding 3 days a year. I know what I'm doing. How many days a year do you get out there? Well, seeing as I live here, and I'm about to take a ride break, and it's the middle of the season, and this is probably going to be day 75, I think I've clocked more days this season than you will in your lifetime. Trust us when we say buy the gear, demo the gear that's in your ability level. It's not going to hold you back. It's actually probably going to help you progress more in the long run. You need to hear it. It's harsh truth, I know, but you can't buy your way into being good with snowboarding. Number 2, riding around with one of those Insta360 cameras or a GoPro on a stick. You spend so much time looking at it, you're not paying attention to where you're going. You don't have the actual fundamentals to understand how to steer. You're like, I gotta get this great shot. Yeah, because grandma really wants to see your 45-minute unedited clip uploaded to YouTube. Oh, look at little Timmy. He's doing so good over there. Oh, we only got 5 more hours of this footage to watch. Wow. Look at him, he's going so fast. He's just side slipping down the mountain. I can't tell you how many of you dumbasses have almost hit me, my friends, or other people on the mountain. I've watched it because you're sitting there and you're staring at it like this. You go full horse blinders. You don't see anything coming around you at all. Newsflash, you're not that good. No one really wants to see it. Go live in the moment until you actually get good enough to make it worthy content that someone wants to watch. I get the whole need to be validated. Look at me, I did this. Yeah, nah, dude, you're not that good. And like paying attention to cameras. I was on the chairlift with a guy that had 2 helmet cams on at the same time. I have no clue why he did. They weren't side by side. He wasn't making the 3D. He was paying so much attention to what his camera was doing. He wasn't paying attention when he got off and just ate shit. You're not paying attention. You need to be in the moment paying attention. It will make you a better rider. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. You decide that you're gonna go learn how to ride in the preseason or the postseason. In the preseason, it's the white ribbon to death and everyone that knows how to ride's out there, and then your ass is out there just floundering around. You're in the way. The conditions are not optimal. Do not do it. I don't care if you're like, oh, it's a cheaper lift ticket. There's a big reason the sign says no beginner train, which conversely also seems to be the sign that comes out in the late postseason when people are like, oh, there's deals. We're going to go up there. The snow is going to be softer. Yeah, the snow's softer. It's also lumpier. It's harder to ride. It's harder to turn in. It's like riding in quicksand. You really got to know what you're doing, but you're just over here like, I got a deal and I'm going to go. I don't care that like none of the beginner area is open. I'm going for it. Yeah, no, don't do it. Just don't do it. You bought all the targeted ad bullshit. You know, you got hit with that Gilson ad, some crappy ass goggle helmet brand. Maybe it's Ruroc, I don't know. The Clue step-ons, all that bullshit. All that crap ass stuff that does not help you at all. It's targeted towards beginners like you because you don't know what this shit is, so you buy it. For all I know, you're out there riding around with that rotational binding plate thinking this is a good idea, and then I watch you get off because you're facing forward, your foot hits, you trip, you fall, you die, you break your ankle. Yeah, you don't need to do that stuff. You think the terrain park is an optimal place to learn how to ride. I don't mean learn how to ride the terrain park. That's great. You're out there learning. I have no problem with it. I mean, you literally think that's a great area to go learn. I don't know what it is about you people this year, but you've all decided that, hey, falling leafing through the half pipe, great idea. Hey, falling leafing on the jumps of the big line, great idea. Hey, falling leafing and stopping at the end of this rail, great idea. Hey, falling leafing up off over the lip to this rail. No, you don't have the fundamentals to be in there. Why the hell are you even in there? I really wish resorts would just put like a 2-foot high fence that you have to ollie over to get into the park. If you can't do it, you can't get in. Makes the most sense. Anyways, these were the honorable mentions, all great options, just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. And the number 1 thing you rookies need to stop doing is buying those stupid ass turtle butt pads and knee pads. Oh, they're so cute, they're so great. Yeah, you got a butt pad that's like this big and you're sitting on a bench that's this big. You're sitting so far forward, you're basically falling off the chairlift. Let alone, I'm pretty sure those things aren't waterproof from what I've seen. You look like a friggin' idiot with them. Like, reading one of the reviews for this was hilarious. It's like, it tells people that I'm a beginner. Oh, it definitely does. And that they should be, you know, more courteous to me. No, they're not being courteous. They're trying to fucking avoid you. They're trying to avoid you because you are a problem. These things, they frig up your body mechanics when you're on there. So they're pulling you around. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing butt pads or knee pads when you're going to learn. You want to know a secret? Go get volleyball knee pads. You're not going to fall on your knees as much as you think. What you're going to be doing is when you're actually resting, because it takes you 3 hours to go down a 350-foot vertical run, you're going to sit on your knees and stare uphill because you're probably going to be with your friends that are doing the same thing. Volleyball knee pads. It's going to give you that little cushion when you're on the ice. And those jumbo-ass butt pads, they're not protecting you the way that they should. Go get an impact short that fits under your outerwear. It's more sleek, it moves better with you. You don't have this excess weight like you got a baby diaper full of shit on your ass. That's what you literally look like with that. I won't get on the chairlift with you. I had a woman this winter be like, hey, you want to ride with me? No, why not? You got a diaper on your butt. That's not a diaper, it's my butt pad in case I fall. No, that's a fucking diaper. It looks like a diaper full of baby shit. And it's sagging, and I see you doing this the whole time. You know why? Because it's throwing off your mechanics. If you have stuff that's sleek and form-fitting on there, you'll be fine. Top of the fact, you know what the most common injury is when you learn to snowboard? Broken wrist. Yeah, broken wrist. That's what you're gonna do. So, you know, your butt, it might be sore, but newsflash, you're probably not gonna hurt it as much. You don't need these pieces of shit. This has been my top 5 rookie moves you beginners are making. And after a season of seeing this, you know who you are. And anyone that's been on the mountain knows who you are. Stop doing it. It's hindering you. Anyways, do you agree, disagree, or did I forget something on this list? Leave me a comment down below. I can't wait to see who's gonna type something out in all caps and be like, you're gatekeeping and the worst person ever. Fine, fuck off. I don't really care. This channel's not for you. You're a wuss. Anyways, if you're new here, not offended, why don't you subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way, you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out, which will try to help make you a better snowboarder. We're not going to make you better at snowboarding. Maybe inadvertently we will, but we're going to make you a better snowboarder. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'm going to continue to be your host until some dumbass with a $2,000 snowboard and turtle butt pads and horrible goggles, probably those Kuno brand, hits me from behind and kills me, and then I can't make any more videos. And I'll see you in another video.